Standing. So feet under your hips, and then just start with big shoulder rolls up and back. Good, getting all the kinks out. Good, and take it the other way. So we'll take the chin into the chest, but drop the shoulders down, and then take your hands to give yourself light pressure on the back of the head. And we'll drop the arms and bend the legs and take the hands to the tops of the thighs. We'll take some standing cat-cow, so you can inhale, drop the belly, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, chin to chest. And 2 more. Last time. Release that stretch. Take the right arm overhead. The left arm will come towards the belly button, and give yourself a nice stretch in the side. Maybe look up towards the elbow, or you can look straight out if that feels better. Good. Staying to the same side, we'll find a flat back to that left leg. And we'll take 3 rolls through the spine. So you'll kind of let yourself collapse. And then take that shape again. And then 2 more, you'll collapse, rolling up. And the last time. This time, allowing yourself to walk down towards that side. We'll take a bend in that right leg. Maybe reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. You can roll out the wrist or take a bind. Good. And then we'll retrace our steps. We'll go through a back bend, flat back to center. And then take the left arm overhead. Take that stretch in the side body. Good, and then we'll take a flat back towards that right side. And we'll take those undulations, so you'll just let your back roll up and then find a flat back. And you'll take 2 more. And then allow yourself to walk down to that right side. We'll bend that left leg, take that right arm up towards the ceiling, maybe roll out the wrist or take a bind. And then release that stretch, walk it back to that left side. We'll square off the feet, shoot that right leg back. And then climb up the top of the thigh, bend the back leg a little bit to square off the hips. And then keeping the hips tucked, see if you can start to straighten that back leg so you get that stretch in the hip flexor. If it feels nice, you can take your hands to prayer. And then take the right elbow to the outside of that left leg and find a gentle twist up towards the ceiling. On your inhale, we'll come back through center. Take the left elbow to the inner thigh. Try to get that prayer in between your chest, and then you can maybe sprawl out those arms. Reach back for the hip, or find a full bind under that hamstring. One more breath here. On your exhale, you'll take your hands back to the floor, drop the bottom knee, and then reach back with that left arm, grab onto the shoelace if you can, and then draw your hips forward as you gently pull that foot towards your glute. On your next exhale, you'll drop that bottom leg, square off the hips, flex your front heel, nose up and over your knee. So trying to find a flat back first, scooping up the core. And then exhale, maybe you get down a tiny bit further. Gently take our hands towards center. Take the knees away from the hips, and maybe you stay on the tops of your hands or you come down to the forearms. You can bow your head, close your eyes. Breath here. On your exhale, come up to the palms. We'll find quadruped. Take a couple cat-cows. And then curl the toes, hike up the hips, bend the legs, and gently roll on up. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls up and back one way, and then you can take it the other way. Good. We'll widen that stance. Turn your body to that right leg, shoot that left leg back. Take both hands on the mat to start, and then you'll gently climb up the top of the thighs. We're on that other side. Bend the back leg a lot. And then keeping the hips tucked, see if you can straighten from there so you get that stretch in that hip flexor. Maybe you stay here, or you can find prayer. Take the left elbow to the outside of that right thigh and gently press your prayer to the center of your chest. Next inhale, come back through center. Take opposite elbow to thigh. Maybe this time you sprawl those hands, or you grab onto the right hip, or you find a full bind. To the floor, drop the bottom knee, reach back with that right arm, grab onto the back shoelace, tuck your hips towards the mat as you gently pull that foot towards the glute. One more breath here. Drop the bottom leg, flex the front heel, square off the hips, find that flat back. Nice deep breath here. On your exhale, you can fold forward. to that left side. So you'll step that left leg forward, but this time move the left leg to that diagonal and walk the fingers out until you can drop them to the forearms, keeping the gaze straight ahead, lizard pose. Option to stay here, or you can take right fingertips to meet the left elbow and take a gentle twist as you press that left inner thigh out a tiny bit more and take your gaze towards the shoulder. On your next exhale, we'll come back up to the palms, cross left ankle towards right shoulder, find your pigeon. Take that right leg back a tiny bit more. Take your gaze towards the ceiling. Nice deep breath on your exhale. Walk your forearms to the mat. Close your eyes, bow your head. So especially in pigeon pose, you want to make sure that with every exhale, you're just kind of allowing yourself to surrender a little deeper into the mat. So if you feel like you're grabbing unnecessarily, see if you can just relax into this stretch a little bit more, because we hold emotional tension in our glutes and hips. When you're ready, we'll come back to the palms. Come back on the top of that right knee. Back to that hamstring stretch. Only if you're feeling more comfortable this time or a little warmer, you'll find your half split or full split. But take your time. Definitely don't do anything that might cause injury. And here I'm finding that my right hip is tighter than my hamstring. So I might rock to that right hip and see if I can straighten my body a little more as I tuck into the mat. If you have more of a hamstring tightness, you can take your weight forward so you have more of a hamstring stretch here. So you can kind of play with where you're feeling tightest. Toes, bring the knee back under the hip, runge on that leg all the way around, maybe wag the tail side to side. And then you can roll back up this time, step that right leg forward. Find that diagonal, turn out the front toes, walk the fingertips out in front of you, and then maybe drop the elbows down. Ooh, that's a little bit too loud.
Come with me, I'm not really.
Good, option is stay. Or you can bring that left fingers to the right elbow and use the right hand to press into that inner thigh. We'll come back through center. Cross the right foot across the body, find your pigeon. Straight back, inhale, look up towards the sky. Exhale, drop down to the forearms. Close your eyes, bow your head. find your splits.
Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can miss out. I'm done giving life with the lights up. Done with laying
Good. We'll take that left knee under our hip, rendezvous that leg around, wag the tail side to side. Cool. We're gonna get into our ab circuit. We're gonna start with a forearm plank. So 45-second forearm plank. It'll be 15 minutes long, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. Just so you know, we are doing pretty much a 5-minute plank with a 15-second break in between. We haven't done those in a while, so bringing it back, but it'll really be just a 45 seconds, then we take a breather, then 45 seconds. So the first 5 minutes will be the hardest, and then it'll get a little bit easier. Let me just get my timer out. Okay. Cool, so forearm plank in 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, get it. Yes, ladies, look at that form. Spot on. Nice, nice long neck, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you flip the palms towards the ceiling. If you need movement, rock it forward, return it. If you don't need movement, just hold. Sometimes holding's a little bit harder. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, option to bend, extend the knees. Or you just hold. Good. And child's pose, tiny breather. Awesome. Next one, we're going to come up to the hands. So it's same thing. You have the option of hold, or we can start with those mountain climbers straight away. 4, 3, 2, 1. So maybe you're taking knees to opposite elbows, pushing through the fingertips to protect the wrists. Seconds, maybe you take it to a sprint. Good. For 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Good. So next thing, we're going to come through our high pump plank. We're going to swivel on the heels. We'll reach up with the right, back through center, reach up on that left side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So this one does not have to be fast at all. Just warming up into that waistline. We'll find our side plank, maybe on the top of the knee, or we'll flex the feet and pike up the hip. Maybe right arm comes overhead, just hold when you're ready. Good. And we're working to keep the left shoulder away from the ear, keep the hips up high. Good. 20 seconds. If it feels okay, you'll take it to a really tiny pulse. In 8 counts, we'll take a hold. 6, 4, 3, 2, maybe top leg lifts. 2, 1, release. Good. Let's go ahead and switch those sides. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're there. Good. So you gotta be careful. Make sure that no tension is creeping up into the neck. Whew. Take it to a tiny pulseful lift. Good, 8 counts, then we'll hold. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, just hold. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, good. And done. Flip on over to your back, just taking the toes down for 2 and lift for 2. If that's too much, lower back sore, then take it to alternating toe taps. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, it's down. 2, return for 2. So especially after those planks, this can be kind of challenging. If your form starts to be compromised, take a little break. Good. Awesome. Good. Yeah, make sure you're breathing. Exhaling on the effort. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a tiny breather. If that was a little too much for you, you're going to take the knees out an inch, then in an inch. If you feel fine, 2 counts you'll lift. For 2, then tap the floor. For 2. 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll crunch. For 2, then tap. For 2. If this is feeling easy, you can find a hover for 2. Good. 15 seconds. 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiny breather. Good. Okay, so we're gonna take those starfish crunches. So you're gonna walk up that left leg for 2, down for 2, then the right leg. In 4, 3, 2, 1, you'll exhale for 2, then inhale, rest. Exhale, lift, good. Good. 18 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Little breather. Good. Okay. So we're gonna come knees to one side, right ball of the foot finds the floor. Maybe you take the crunches from here, or you roll on up and roll on down. So get ready, lift for 2, return for 2. If that's too much today, you'll exhale, lift for 2, return for 2. Good. Awesome. 13 seconds. 12, Last one. Awesome. Good. You bring the knees into the chest, gently rock side to side. We'll switch those sides. So left ball of the foot will find the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Woo. One side might be a little easier than the other. Yes, awesome. 25 seconds. One more. Good, little recovery. Woo! Okay, option to take that recovery, toe taps, or I know Brianna's really good at this, hover to a boat. Or you can do half and half if you need a little recovery for 20 seconds. Good. 28 seconds. Good, Melissa. Yes, Brianna, boat queen. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Little recovery. Awesome. We're gonna roll on up. Maybe feet are flat on the floor. We're gonna take those Russian twists. So you'll take your hands to the center and then just find those figure eights. You have the option to take the knees off the floor if it doesn't hurt your hip flexors too much. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So we don't need to rush this one. Just really trying to direct your energy to that V. Good. 12 counts. Good. Release. Awesome. We're going to come back to our back. We're almost there. 3 moves left. So you have a couple options. You either crunch, right elbow to left knee. We're going to work the same side. Or you take a full sit up and take that right elbow to the left knee. Yes. 16 seconds. Last one. Yes. We do that other side and then we have bicycles and we're done. In 8 counts. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. shoulders on the mat, or you can take the hands behind the head and find that twist. See if you can, on the count, just freeze in that position for a second. 24 seconds. If you're feeling brave, you can start to pick it up. Nice job, you guys. We're so close. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Bring the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side. And then when you're ready, arms and legs reach in opposition. And then use your abs one more time to curl into a little ball before finding your fetal position. And then gently coming through quadruped to find a mini cobra or high cobra. Stretch out the abs. If it feels nice, you can kind of wiggle the hips and shoulders side to side. And from here, we'll curl the toes, pike up the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels, push through the fingertips. And then walk the hands to meet the legs. Maybe one more grab behind the backs of the calves. And take a slight bend in the legs. Take your time rolling up so you don't get dizzy. Shoulders up and back. We'll float the arms above the head. Nice deep breath. Maybe find your releve balance challenge. And exhale, let it go. And one more nice deep breath in. And exhale, hands to prayer. Woo! Happy Friday!